Today, we are lucky to be joined by Gabriela Dabrowski, one of Canada's brightest tennis stars. This year, she made history as the first Canadian to win the WTA Finals. She claimed Olympic bronze in the mixed doubles and was honored as Tennis Canada's Women's Player of the Year, capping off an exceptional 2024. Gabby, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Well, I name all those accomplishments, and I don't think anybody could properly put those all in words, but you've obviously added a lot of hardware to your repertoire this year. I wondered, is there a moment that stands out to you as something you're most proud of when you look at those accomplishments?
Honestly, each accomplishment is very special. Obviously, the bronze medal, it was like a childhood dream that had come true. You know, I grew up watching the Olympics and it was a huge part of our family, and there was a big emphasis on respecting athletes in sport and all the sacrifices they make. So I felt like the Olympics was kind of like the culmination of a lot of blood, sweat, and tears over many, many years. But then the year-end finals with Erin, that was really special in itself because the vibe of the 2 weeks we were there was very happy. We were smiling a lot. We were enjoying each other's company on and off the court. We did a lot of activities together. So from like a team perspective, that felt really good. And both memories are incredible. And I'm really fortunate that they happen in the same year.
Yeah, and it's so cool. I mean, getting to watch your journey with Erin, you were the first ever Canadian to win that WTA title. Did you guys expect that going into the year? Was that something that was kind of like you look at your goals at the beginning of the season and that's what your realistic goal was to achieve?
Uh, as a predominantly doubles player and sticking together as a team and making the commitment to each other, it's not, it's always a goal to win every tournament that we play. But usually at the beginning of the year, you set some of your goals, and one of them would be to qualify for the year-end finals. So, I mean, I'd qualified for the year-end finals numerous times before this year. And last year with Erin was my best result to date, which was losing in the semifinals. So the fact that we went, 2 steps ahead this year, I think just really showed how much hard work we've been putting in together as a team, individually, with our coaches as well. So it was really cool to have reached that goal, because like it's more than just, okay, you set a goal and you forget about it. Like we have a process that we work throughout the year, things that we're working on together, things that we're working on in our own games specifically to ourselves. So from like a personal career standpoint, it was amazing to achieve it, but also together as a team, and the way that we did it with the vibe and the energy that we had was so cool.
And for those of us that, we just get to watch this and over again, I was like, their chemistry and the compassion they show each other and the team energy. Is this something that you trial and error with a bunch of different partners and then you find a good match? Like, how do you know when you found the right match when it comes to doubles tennis?
There's no one size fits all. There's no real formulaic approach. I feel like when two players come together that respect each other and work with great coaches who help to guide them, then things can fall into place. So I feel like we have that on our team, and we're really fortunate that we do. I've definitely felt in the past like some great chemistry with some of my partners, but I think Erin and I have a very clear commitment to working through tough situations together, and with our coaching team. And so whenever we feel like we don't have, the clarity that we need from each other, sometimes we turn to our coaches and they help us. And so I feel like approaching it from this very sort of team dynamic, which is a little bit different for tennis because it's such an individual sport. And even when players play doubles together, they don't always have that kind of chemistry because they're kind of partnering up temporarily. Yeah, I think it was really cool what we were able to create all together.
And shifting gears a little to the Olympics, I know you said that was a huge highlight and a childhood dream for you. They often say third time's a charm, but you did win your first medal at your third games. I wonder, was that kind of the pinch me moment that you thought it would be? And can you tell us a bit about what it felt like when you finally did achieve that dream?
A little bit of disbelief, but also like total elation. And again, playing doubles or playing mixed doubles, you're on a little team, and to win with someone else by your side and having problem solved together and gone through difficult moments together, that was huge. I mean, Felix and I, just the day previous, we'd both had really difficult days. He had a really tough singles match and wasn't feeling well. I had, I don't know if you'd call it like a food poisoning or like a gastric issue. So we were both not going into our semifinal match with almost anything in the tank, but we promised each other we would show up and do our best and be professional about it. And I think the fact that we were able to kind of turn things around very, very quickly for the next day and kind of maintain that togetherness, that was really, really special, because it's again, in tennis for so many years, you know, it is a very lonely sport, especially when you play a lot of singles. And so the fact that now I've transitioned to doubles and there is no more singles, I love the fact that I can work with someone else. And obviously playing with someone like Felix, who is such a nice human being, like total role model, you know, like I have so many great things to say about Felix. And so winning alongside a person of such caliber and quality was like, it was unbelievable. So yeah.
I thought it was so special when, after you won the medal and you posted with Felix, Aaron, your doubles partner, had shared, like, thank goodness Felix has the same kind of style of play than me. Is that a real thing? Do they have similar mentalities when it comes to the sport?
I think it was more sarcasm, but I think she was joking. But certainly they both have, you know, height and reach, great serves, you know, long levers. And so in that sense, they are similar. But yeah, it was so fun to play with him. And it was also fun to kind of see Erin the week after and celebrate a little bit with her too.
I love it. Speaking of celebrations, were either of those victories, did you get a chance to do anything fun? Were there any, you know, really cool stories of how you finally let loose and enjoy time with your teammates?
I wouldn't say let loose. In Paris, I went to the Eiffel Tower the following day with a coach that I've worked with for many, many years, Andrea Rabzak, and one of my best friends, Nora Stankovic. And so Nora's a professional videographer, film editor, director. And so she took some amazing pictures of us, which I actually just went through my phone earlier today because I want to print them out and frame them. Yeah, so that was super memorable for the Olympics. And then, well, then we had to travel the next day to Toronto because we were playing National Bank Open. So there wasn't too much of a celebration, but doing that together was super cool. And then for Riyadh winning the WTA Finals, we, as a team, so that would be Dan Kiernan, our coach, Tara Outliff, Erin's sister, Erin, and I, we went to McDonald's. And that probably wasn't the best choice. I don't eat McDonald's often, and I regret doing that. But to be honest, going in the car with like one of the tournament drivers, getting him McDonald's and just kind of like jamming to tunes in the car all together, you know, it's about sort of this like reminiscing of the day, but then also being really excited and proud of ourselves. And so, yeah, when we were doing that as a team, it was super fun.
Honestly, some of my favorite athlete memories are that like cheap meal after you've finished competition. So I love those
Yeah.
stories. I think they're just as important as the massive celebrations because it truly is all about the little things. And for so long too, you sometimes deprive yourself. You're eating such healthy food.
Right.
You want to do everything for performance. And then I'm like, all I need is McDonald's. I love it.
Just give me some French fries.
Yes, give me some French fries. I love that. One thing I wanted to ask you before we did let you go, the growth of this sport in Canada has been massive. We talked to Daniel Nestor when he got inducted into Canada Sports Hall of Fame, and that was the first thing he mentioned, you know, how powerful this, you know, trajectory of tennis in Canada has grown. Mm-hmm. How does that feel to you, or where do you feel the team is at right now?
I mean, that's wonderful. I love that tennis is growing in Canada. I mean, we've always had so much potential, I think, in so many sports. And so to actually see the sport that I've played for so long get bigger and bigger is wonderful. I know that we need more tennis courts, outdoors and indoors, to be able to accommodate everyone. I know that we need more tournaments in our country as well, bring in more international competition and have more exposure for our players. I know we need more female coaches in the sporting world in general, but in particular in tennis. So I think we're on a great track, and I just hope we continue to evolve and grow because we wouldn't want to waste the opportunity for our sport to get a little closer to hockey.
No, the action items are always my favorite. So I thank you for bringing those up. You always have to give people tangible things we can do better. So that's great. On that note, it is the end of the year. We're talking about New Year's resolutions. What are your goals, or kind of what are you most excited about going into 2025?
I'm excited to continue playing with Erin. We have our same coaching team around us, which is awesome. I think at this point in my career, I feel pretty relaxed about scheduling. I don't feel like I'm really chasing anything like results wise that's giving me anxiety. So I think I'm really looking forward to the continuation of improving my game, improving our doubles game together, and just enjoying the moment, whatever challenges it brings. I can't wait.
Awesome. Well, we are sending you the biggest congratulations for everything you achieved in 2024. We are so very proud here in Canada, and I hope you take a moment to let that all sink in, because as I'm reading off everything you achieved, I myself am like in awe. So thank you for the time today. Enjoy the holiday season with your loved ones, and congrats again.
Thank you so much.